Now, one of our goals right here on Greg's Garage is to connect you to the sport's best, to give you information on what's going on in a variety of racing disciplines. Now, our motocross supercross guy is Chad Reed. To give you an idea of how we do it, this is one of the most popular interviews with Chad from Show 5 back in April 2013. All right, welcome back to the show. 2011, Bret Michaels Rock Hard, Ride Hard Supercross Award winner, Chad Reed. What's up, Chad?
I'm not bad. How about you?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Have you ever ridden a cafe racer type motorcycle before?
I have not, but it seems like I need to.
Yeah, no doubt. So, man, tell us what's going on. We haven't talked to you in about 2.5 months. Give us the update of what's going on in your life.
Unfortunately, hasn't been that exciting, you know, when you got to revert back to 2011, you know, Bret Michaels Rock Hard, Ride Hard Award, you know that your season really, really sucks. So, I mean, it's been really difficult. It's been a tough season and disappointing, but the good and the bad, you know, you got to take it. And I think for the most part, I hope that we're through what we're, you know, the kind of the slump and struggle, you know, my struggles kind of with my knee and trying to be healthy and then trying to get the bike to kind of work the way that we wanted it to. So, I mean, results the last 2 weeks really haven't shown my comfort level, you know, going up. There have been 2 difficult races, but I mean, a lot's been going on, you know, as far as, you know, the front guys have been going fast, and I've been there at very minimal, you know, kind of things, but it's been a disappointing season.
Well, you know, tell us about the Supercross title. I mean, it's all wrapped up now, right? It's in the books. And what was your perspective of it?
I think, you know, my perspective is, I think, you know, we had a lot of people, you know, or should I say one guy really step up and challenge that wasn't necessarily expected to challenge, and that was Davey Millsap. So, you know, I was real proud of him and excited to see, you know, a very talented, you know, although he's bigger and he maybe looks older, but he's still a young guy. And, you know, been racing the 450, I think, since he was like maybe 19. So it was nice to see him battle. And unfortunately, you know, kind of struggled a few races. And that's all it takes when you know, are up against legit guys that are racing, you know, week in and week out and year after year. And Villopoto's going for his 3rd title. And, you know, as we know now, he's wrapped that thing up. So, yeah, it was hard for me to just be a passenger of this series, you know, and but I will say that I'm a fan of Millsaps. I think he's a good guy, and I was excited for him and pumped for him still to fight next week or this week coming in Vegas, and, you know, maybe pull off a top 2, you know, in a series that was kind of hyped up to, you know, be a lot of people that were going to come in and win races, and it was going to be a really tough championship, and it just never, you know, worked out that way.
Let's take you off of your motorcycle for a minute and talk about another racing series that you went to visit recently, MotoGP in Austin. That's also another series that's kind of hyped up. What's your perspective of MotoGP, and how was your trip to Austin?
My trip to Austin was awesome. You know, I took the red-eye flight from Seattle and checked it out. I got a lot of good friends in MotoGP paddock, and you know, Valley and his whole crew, you know, heavily dominated by Australians that I've known for quite a while. So it's nice to get in there and check that out, and then obviously over the years you've got to know a lot of the people. So it was a great race. I mean, an amazing facility for here in the U.S., and it's actually just exciting to be there and be as a fan. You know, like I truly do love it. It's probably my favorite sport, you know, besides moto, and something that I always wanted to do as a kid, but my mom and dad, believe it or not, always said it was too dangerous and I wasn't allowed to do it. So if you could figure that out, you'd be able.
Now you stuck around. You stuck around Monday, Tuesday, right? So tell us about that.
You know, I got to witness the history of making with Marquez winning and being the youngest guy as well, and it seemed like all weekend the Hondas were very dominant. And then, you know, the 2 Yamaha guys were a little bit off. So, yeah, I mean, fast forwarding on to Tuesday, I did a V8 supercar test, and that was a lot of fun. You know, got to drive the new car that I, hadn't had a chance to drive, for a while. So, yeah, I had a blast around there. The circuit it's got a lot of everything, like I don't know how much I would necessarily love racing on some of it, because some of it's really fun and kind of nice and wide open, and some of it's really, really tight for a car. So I could only imagine trying to get an F1 car or something like that around there.
All right, so tell us a little bit more about the V8 supercar thing from the perspective of, is this your future, or was it just a test?
No, I mean, the truth of it is I mean, I love V8s. It's probably one of my favorite car racing series in the world. But unfortunately, the way life is right now, it's here in the U.S. and they only race one race here. So unless I'm going to do one race a year, then but I'm not ready to go home to Australia and move home and kind of relocate. It's my life as I know it as an adult is here in the U.S. My kids are kind of at the age where one's getting ready to go to school and obviously with the race team. So everything's the U.S. So I would probably say if I was going car racing, which is the goal, I'd probably try to go down the stock car world.
Okay, cool. So for this season, we're getting ready to wrap up Supercross. What's next for 22 Motorsports and yourself for the rest of the 2013 year?
Next for us, we're full head of steam. Trying to test and prepare for outdoor nationals here in 3 weeks. So basically, try to get through the Vegas good and healthy, and then we get a 1 week off and then go into Hangtown for the first round of the nationals. So yeah, like I said, I mean, it's been a very disappointing Supercross season for us, and we just want to try to turn it around and get some confidence back and fight for an outdoor title. I think it'd be a good turnaround for us, and I honestly feel like we can. Kind of what we've learned throughout the whole Supercross season, a lot of that's translating into the outdoor bike, so that's good for us. It's not like we're dealing with new problems or anything like that. Everything's very consistent with what we've been dealing with Supercross. And so we feel like we got our hands wrapped around it and we're ready to kind of tackle outdoors.
I got the feeling, man, it's going to be good for you this year. You like to? I mean, how great would it be to have that #1 plate, huh?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, it was always to have the #1 plate, and I really think that we have a shot at the outdoors. Coming into Supercross, my knee wasn't amazing, and you do the typical, athlete thing and you try to talk yourself into it, and it just never worked out. So since we last talked, I did have knee surgery. I had my knee scoped, had it cleaned up and fixed. So I've been really trying to continue to race after surgery, but just trying to be real careful on it. Being a single rider on 22 Motorsports, it's necessary for me to be out there and racing. So yeah, just kind of in a perfect scenario, it would have been nice to have some time off the bike and then just prepare for outdoors. But I love being at the races and don't want to miss it. Don't want to miss anything. So you just at times you think, oh man, it sucks that the results are not coming, but it's nice to be at this.
All right, cool. Well, thanks for joining us again, and we'll check back with you in a few weeks' time after the outdoor start and see how things are going. All right.
Yeah, and hopefully I'll have a lot more exciting news and definitely be a little more upbeat. So yeah, thanks for coming.
All right, cool. Thanks, man. Thanks for joining us.
No problem, Greg. See you.